Carlos Sainz's recent remarks have sparked curiosity across the Formula One paddock. The Williams driver, known for his measured communication, has admitted that a persistent issue with the team's performance is showing no signs of improvement. His choice of words, frank yet professional, reveals both a sense of urgency and a level of frustration. The comments came during a routine media interaction, but their weight was undeniable. Sainz acknowledged that while progress has been made in other areas, one specific problem continues to limit their potential. For Williams, a team that has been rebuilding its competitive image in recent seasons, the statement served as a reality check. Fans and analysts alike were quick to dissect the meaning behind his words, questioning whether this could signal a deeper technical challenge or even a strategic misalignment within the team. The fact that Sainz, a driver with a reputation for adaptability, is openly expressing concern suggests that this hurdle may be more complex than it appears. This admission has now become a talking point heading into the next phase of the season. Williams' recent resurgence has placed them under a brighter spotlight than in previous years. The team's steady climb from the back of the grid has reignited fan enthusiasm and brought with it heightened expectations. Sainz entered this environment with a clear objective: to help transform Williams from a midfield battler into a consistent podium contender. His experience from stints with Ferrari and McLaren was seen as a valuable asset in this mission. However, expectations in Formula One can quickly shift from realistic to demanding, particularly when early season performances hint at untapped potential. This is where the driver's recent comments gain significance. If the team's upward trajectory is hindered by a stubborn issue that it threatens to stall momentum at a critical time. For a team looking to prove it belongs among the sport's elite, every race and every development step matters. Sainz's words are not just about a technical flaw, they reflect the pressure of meeting ambitions that are now deeply tied to the team's identity and future in the championship. Although Sainz avoided detailing the exact nature of the problem, the racing community has speculated extensively. Some point to aerodynamic inefficiencies that remain unresolved despite recent upgrades. Others suggest mechanical reliability, particularly in areas that compromise consistency over a race distance. There are even murmurs about setup limitations that restrict the car's adaptability across different circuits. In Formula One, such challenges are rarely isolated. One flaw often compounds others, creating a chain of performance setbacks. This is why the "not getting any better" remark carries weight. It implies repeated attempts to address the matter have not yielded the desired results. In a sport where solutions must be both fast and precise, time becomes an enemy. The longer a problem lingers, the more it shapes a season's outcome. For Sainz, this means adjusting expectations while continuing to push the team for answers. For Williams, it means balancing the urgency of the present with the careful strategy required to find a lasting fix without introducing new vulnerabilities. From a driver's seat, performance limitations can be felt in every lap, corner, and straight. Sainz's ability to adapt is one of his strengths, but even the most skilled drivers are constrained by the machinery at their disposal. When a car has a fundamental flaw, no level of driving precision can fully mask its effects. This can be especially frustrating for a competitor accustomed to fighting at the sharp end of the grid. A driver's feedback is critical in diagnosing such issues. Yet even with clear communication, translating those insights into technical solutions takes time and coordination. Sainz's comments reveal a deep awareness of the competitive gap that persists. He understands that while small improvements can boost morale, they may not close the distance to frontrunners without resolving the underlying fault. This is the balance drivers must strike, pushing the limits in the present while keeping faith in the team's long-term plan. His statement serves as a reminder that elite drivers measure success not just in points, but in the capacity to influence progress. Williams has made significant strides in recent years, but overcoming legacy challenges is never straightforward. Decades of fluctuating performance have left gaps in infrastructure, technical expertise, and resource allocation. Under new leadership and investment, many of these issues are being addressed, yet the pace of improvement is constrained by the nature of Formula One development cycles. Each upgrade must be meticulously designed, tested, and integrated into the car without compromising existing strengths. The key issue, Sainz alludes to, may well be rooted in these deeper structural hurdles. It is possible that the team is facing a bottleneck in data correlation between simulations and real-world performance, a common but costly setback in modern racing. While other teams may have the luxury of refining proven concepts, Williams is still in the phase of building a complete competitive package. This makes every problem more consequential, as it risks undoing months of progress. Sainz's honesty underscores how vital it is for Williams to not just improve, but to solve its weaknesses in a way that will hold under the relentless demands of the F1 calendar. The persistence of this unresolved issue inevitably casts a shadow over Williams' season objectives. At the start of the year, the team targeted consistent points, finishes, with occasional opportunities to challenge for higher positions when circumstances allowed. The current limitation, however, risks turning those ambitions into a fight merely to defend midfield territory. In Formula One, small margins separate glory from disappointment. A single recurring flaw can transform a race strategy from aggressive pursuit to damage limitation. For Sainz, this means recalibrating his approach, focusing on extracting every possible advantage from qualifying and capitalizing on rival mistakes. For the team, it forces a reassessment of development priorities, possibly shifting resources away from future upgrades to fix the immediate concern. Such trade-offs can shape the trajectory of not just this season, but the next. The challenge now lies in balancing the urgent need for improvement with the overarching goal of building a foundation capable of sustaining progress over multiple campaigns. In the high-pressure environment of Formula One, a driver's relationship with their teammate can influence both morale and performance. At Williams, Sainz's partnership with his teammate is critical to gathering consistent feedback for the engineers. If both drivers encounter the same limitation, it strengthens the case for a focused technical solution. However, if the issue affects one driver more than the other, it introduces complexity into the problem-solving process. Sainz's openness about the matter may also be a way of aligning perspectives within the garage, ensuring that everyone acknowledges the challenge rather than masking it behind public optimism. Team dynamics can be delicate. Constructive collaboration is vital, but so is healthy competition. A shared problem can unite drivers in the push for progress, yet it can also create frustration if solutions prove elusive. Sainz's measured tone suggests a determination to keep this balance intact, using his experience to navigate the interpersonal aspects of a technical battle that extends far beyond the cockpit. News of Sainz's admission quickly made its way through the paddock, prompting mixed interpretations. Some rivals see it as a sign of vulnerability, a public acknowledgement that Williams may not be in a position to mount a sustained challenge this season. Others view it as a strategic move, a way to apply internal pressure for faster progress by making the issue known. Media outlets have seized upon the quote, framing it as a rare glimpse behind the curtain of a team that often speaks in measured, optimistic tones. Within the sport, such statements are carefully weighed. Drivers are expected to balance honesty with diplomacy, avoiding unnecessary strain on team relationships. Sainz's ability to speak candidly without assigning blame demonstrates his professionalism. Still, the admission fuels speculation about whether Williams can address the matter before it derails their campaign. In an environment where perception can be as important as performance, controlling the narrative becomes as crucial as finding the fix itself. Williams is no stranger to overcoming adversity. The team's history is filled with periods of dominance, followed by challenging seasons, each shaped by the relentless evolution of Formula One. Past recoveries have often come through a combination of technical innovation, strong leadership, and driver commitment. Sainz's situation mirrors earlier moments in the team's journey when a clear-eyed acknowledgement of problems became the starting point for revival. Learning from history means recognizing that progress rarely comes in a straight line. It also requires the courage to confront uncomfortable truths, as Sainz has done. His remarks may serve as a catalyst for renewed focus, pushing the team to prioritize the issue without losing sight of broader development goals. The lesson here is not just about fixing a car, it is about reinforcing the processes and culture that enable sustainable success. If Williams can harness this moment constructively, the current challenge could become a turning point rather than a setback. The coming months will reveal whether Williams can turn Sainz's candid admission into a springboard for progress. The problem he described as not getting any better will either remain a drag on performance or become a benchmark for the team's resilience. In Formula One, seasons are often defined not by how they start, but by how teams respond to adversity. For Sainz, this is an opportunity to shape his legacy within Williams, demonstrating leadership both on and off the track. His willingness to speak openly has set the stage for a season that will test every aspect of the team's operation, from technical ingenuity to strategic decision-making. The stakes are high. Resolve the issue, and Williams could still achieve their original goals. Fail, and the year risks being remembered as a missed opportunity. The outcome will hinge on whether the team can match Sainz's determination with solutions that restore momentum and keep the promise of their resurgence alive.